All right, guys, I got the fans in last night, and this is pretty much how it turned out. I'm not through with it yet. I got a wiring issue, and I just found out what it was. So, sorry, a little off my hand. Anyways, so got them in last night. They cut on with the AC on, no problem, cool. And it's a good thing and a bad thing. And what I think I'm gonna, well, let me get a bad part first, okay? When the AC cuts on, the fans cut on full blast, cool. The problem is that when the car is still moving, as far as, I'm at highway speed and this, I've been traveling, 30, 45 minutes, the fans are still on. So this VSC, it's not like it is on like a relay system where it'll cut off, when so much air is passing through, the pressure unit is not down. And basically, the green wire that's ran to the compressor right now, that's just basically a power on for the fans to cut on, pretty much. What I'm looking into doing is taking that green wire, and there is a pressure switch down here. You can see that right there. Running it off that and see if that'll work, where the fans are just cut off, when the pressure goes down, or however that works. But you get the picture. Another issue I found out, so I was sitting here, my brother-in-law dropped off his his Explorer, and I was letting the battery charge from my truck, and this is the first time I've ever had the truck running for so long without having the AC on and the fans didn't cut on. So I hopped in the truck and I also had the temperature gauge, and these fans should cut on at about 195, 200, and the gauge was actually like 210, 220. And I was okay, why the fans ain't cutting on? The fans should be on. So I cut the air on, the fans cut on in. But the fan should cut on without having the AC on once it reaches temperature. This is the problem I found out. I went on the flex-a-lite website and looked up why the VSC is, why the fans won't cut on without having the AC on. All right, so let me see if I can get a picture of the video of this for you guys. All right, this is what I had to do. So this thing has, let me see, where is it at? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 8, it's green wire. 8 goes to the AC. This goes to the fuse box, the ignition, and these two are the temperature sending units. 5, 6, and 7, you don't even use them. So I was reading, if you take number 6 and ground it to something, the fans are cut on, and they did. So in flex-a-lite's theory, that means that the temperature sending unit that goes to the radiator is not working. All right, so that's my other problem I have with this, which is not a big problem. I can fix it, not a problem, but for this kit, it should work no problem. So the beef I have basically is when the AC is running, I'm on the road, 85 miles an hour, whatever, the fans should cut off, and they don't. While sitting in traffic, the AC is going to be on, for example. The fan should be on anyways because the pressure is so high, or, the clutch is engaged, and it's going to throw power to the fans. Cool. What I realized with the relay system from Painless, it's got like a 195 on, 185 off thermostat is how they're set. You can buy them at 185 on, 175 off. I'm probably gonna order that kit, that wiring harness. It's 3 relays, so it's a high and a low, and then it's the AC with the pressure sensor on it, or pressure demand, whatever they call it. I think that on there. It's like 125 bucks. So that means now is that I'm gonna wire these fans to work, how they should work now with this wire. I have to use this wire right here for terminal number 6 into the ground. I'm gonna wire it like that for the time being, and then I'm gonna turn this shit out, which is gonna suck because I just put it in last night. But I'm gonna end up tearing the fans off one day, and I'll probably wait until wintertime. I'm gonna get my Suburban back up here in Sacramento, get it back up here. Long story, don't worry about it. Long story. Get that back up here, and I'm gonna tear this down one day. I'm gonna run it with the paintless system on here, or I might go online and order one from Nelson, because Nelson does sell a kit for the flex-a-lite fans. It doesn't say specifically which fans they sell it for, but they do sell a harness for them. And I'm hoping it's not like they have for like the 99 to 04 GM full-size trucks and SUVs, where it has the 2 pins for the PCM. I'm hoping it's not like that, because this truck doesn't really have a temperature sending unit for the PCM. I could tap into one, but I don't want to do that really. So I'm gonna see what Nelson has. I'll probably call Nelson probably Monday and see what they have as far as a harness for this and compare the two. I know when I did my 04 Suburban, that one had the high, low, and the AC. It was a 3 relay system on that one, 2 for the PCM, and then 2 cables to the battery. To the power distribution block, and then it was 2 rounds that I did. That was it. The rest of it was just like all the mechanical stuff, pulling the fans out, putting the fans in, whatever. So comparing those two, I'm gonna see which one's gonna be cost effective and which one's gonna work better for what I want to use it for. Basically, I want the fans to run at low speed when there's not much air coming through there, just to keep the engine cool. And then you know, in a hot climate like it is, it's about 93 right now in Sacramento. I want it to run with the AC, with the fans on, you know, full blast. But while I'm driving the car itself on the road, I want the fans to cut off. But I think these will cut off once I wire them up. They'll cut off because the temperature's gonna go down. And then once it sits on, heat back up and cut them again. And then nothing I don't like is this. I'm not a fan of a bunch of wires, and this is how they you know, kind of have this power system for it. That ground wire here for the VSC. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's a good kit. I'm not gonna lie and say it's bad, because it's not. It's just, you know, my VSC is acting crazy, so I'm grounded out, and go from there. The fans flow really good amount of air. That they flow 5,500, and I think the stock fan on this runs like, I think it's like 2,500. I think at full lockup, I think it is. Either 2,500, 2,000 CFM. These are 5,500, and they blow some air. I mean, when it was sitting there idling and the fans wasn't cutting on, once the fan kicked on, or cut the air on, they shot down. Like, it shot down pretty quick. And I've even had this tower here right there in front of it. I have 2 of those actually. Those are Mammoth microfiber drive towers for car. I have 2 of those. That one, that other one right there. And I put them on the front grill, and the AC was on, and it pulled the temp down pretty quick. In about a minute, it was down. So the fans aren't bad. It's just, I guess depending on how you want the fans to actually operate, you know, that's different. Me personally, I would buy the kit again, but I would just buy just the fans and then the brackets for it. That would probably be it. I wouldn't fool with the VSC no more. I personally wouldn't do it. But each his own. I was gonna clean the wires up and everything. I got some wire loom that I bought from O'Reilly. Over there, I was gonna, you know, wire everything up and put it all nice and neat. But I don't think I am. I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait until I tear all this stuff down. I'm gonna pull the fans back out. I gotta adjust the side of the fan anyway. It's got a little gap about that much in it. I gotta adjust the fans. The temperature look like they're coming on just fine where I have it set at, but I think I'm gonna just switch out the whole harness for a paintless one. And you know, I'm gonna take it from out of here, out of there. And it's not much to take out really. It's just their system to take the fans off and then rewire the fans how I want them to be wired, and yeah, call it a day. So that's just a follow-up for you guys. I gotta post my previous video of putting the fans in the car. That one's still kind of editing right now. I'm not sure. I think it's like 1:30 right now. I think 1 o'clock, something like that. And I'm gonna get this video I'm recording right now, posted tonight. Once the other one finishes editing, I'll post that one so I finish editing, and then go from there. But I'm gonna go get this figured out, run the black wire to the ground, and have them cut on when the temp gets hot. Run with that for a while, and then I'm end up taking the whole shit out and get either Nelson or painless. And I will keep you guys up on that also too. And what else we got going on? Oh, you guys know about these trucks. You guys all have them. This little rinky-dink trans cooler in there, it's coming out. We're gonna go with the Hayden. I think it's Hayden. Yeah, I think it's a Hayden trans cooler. I think it's like 11. I think it's 15 by 11. I think it's a little bigger than this one. And I'm gonna go with a deeper trans pan. I might go with the Durrell one because it has cooling vents in it. So I'm gonna get that one. Run the trans a little cooler. You're probably thinking why. There's a method to my madness. Okay, so the plan for this thing is gonna be, we're gonna rebuild the motor in this one. We're gonna go find a motor like this, rebuild that motor, and then once I was done getting rebuilt, take this trans. It's already been rebuilt once to stock. Take this trans and turn it into a 4L65E, or I might do a 4L80 swap. I don't know. Probably a 4L65. And we're gonna go with a converter and a cam, and it's gonna build some heat. So this is the kind of reason why I did what I did and how I did everything. So like you guys remember, like 3 months ago, I bought these cool concept battery terminals. They come in handy because I got this ran, this 10 gauge wire, this is my charge wire, this is my amp wire that I have my factory cable still unharmed. I had to replace the positive one because my dad had it cut up one time, so I replaced that one. So I mean, this part of this video is gonna be done. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna just finish up this, and that's gonna be it. And I will catch y'all on the flip side because I'm about to finish up this, and it probably will take me a cold shower because it's hot outside. So y'all peace and be easy, and y'all stay driving, stay rolling, be safe. All right, guys, quick update. So I did figure out what's wrong with the fans. I was on the flex-a-lite website. Say I run 2 grounds. I run the ground from here to the VSC, and the fans cut on, no problem. That was cool. And then the problem was the fans wouldn't cut off. So I was like, oh shit. So I went back, checked my wires and everything, and I didn't crimp the last 2 for the temperature probe, so it wasn't connecting. So we're gonna fire it up again, and the fans cut on about 190, I believe. So the fans, the AC's off right now. We're gonna see if the fans don't cut on, which they should. Let's see, where's the temp at on this? Oh, the temp kind of went down a little bit, so I'll just come back in a second. Alright, so the fans just cut on. And we're gonna check the temp right now, and it said dash and see where they cut on that. My whole thing, I went to burn my damn motor down. So it's about a 190. So I'm cool with that. I'm all good with that. I'm gonna still change the harness out. Kind of don't really trust this whole VSC thing, so I'm gonna still change it out. I'm looking at painless, and I'm looking at, I think the company's called Hayden, I think, or I might do my own harness. I don't know, depending on how I feel. But that's it for the E-fan swap on the Silverado and the OBS Silverado 97. This kit works for, it says 90, let me see, make sure I'm right. 92 to 99 GM full-size trucking SUV with a 34-inch radiator. So like I said last video, you guys, this thing has 2 main brackets, one for a 19-inch tall radiator, and mine is a 17-inch tall. Fast tell again this man. So I think we're all good now. Truck ready to operate, temperature now, we're all good. I'm gonna wash the car off a little bit because it's a little dirty and everything, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, y'all. Peace out, be safe, thanks for watching, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.